Got the gray man gear on today for good reason. It doesn't matter who wins this election, guys. It doesn't fundamentally matter. And it's important that you don't become somebody else's entertainment. Could you have imagined 10 years ago that you would see non-scalable fences or walls being erected around the White House, the National Guard put on standby and actually activated in certain places, people boarding up their stores, that the entire nation talking about civil war? That's because Rome is burning. The empire is collapsing, guys. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go and vote today. I'm just saying that no matter who wins, because I know there's a lot of people who are very invested in their team winning, whether you're on the side of the placards or the flags, a lot of people are going to be disappointed when their team doesn't win. But I'm here to tell you that it really doesn't matter that much. Because the power elite, the true movers and shakers of this world in the 0.001% class, they really don't care who wins this election. They seriously don't care that much because they know that their position is largely solidified. But it's you, the people making less than six figures a year, who are going to be out there providing them entertainment, battling it out on the streets. And oh yeah, I also include police in that sub six figure range, and the military, the National Guard. Because what we need to be doing right now as preppers is not just preparing for what's going to happen today or tomorrow or the next few months if this thing drags on. It's what's going to happen in a few years. We need to start situating ourselves for what's going to happen in the long term, because we're entering the age of consequences. The financial system is just teetering on the brink of collapse. I mean, it's amazing. It's perplexing how it hasn't happened already. I mean, how long that they've been able to draw out this massive debt bubble it's just astounding that it's still operational and that people still have confidence in the system. That's just but one of the many domains of society that are teetering on the brink of collapse. Whether it's these pandemics, which are going to become more numerous. That's why the stickers on the floors, the stores, the plexiglass, the fancy signs, this is here to stay. And it's here to stay because viruses are here to stay. And we may well be entering a stage of biowarfare with all the geopolitical tension around the world, which is reaching a breaking point as the lines are being drawn, as new superpowers are emerging. The climate is on the brink of collapse. I know a lot of people don't comprehend the seriousness of the situation, but it's going to become very obvious in the next few years when there's going to be crop failures and when there's going to be an escalating refugee crisis, which is going to lead to great instability all around the world. If you think that these clashes and the nationalism that's taking place in a lot of Western countries right now as a result of the refugee crisis is bad now, just wait. Just wait. It's only going to get worse. The geopolitical tension is only going to get worse. The technological isolationism is only going to get worse. The jobs aren't coming back, okay? And if they do come back, it ain't going to be you who's working at those jobs. There's going to be a K-shaped recovery. The poor are going to continue to get poorer while the rich continue to get richer. That's how it's going to go. The people in charge are scrambling. They don't know what to do about what's coming because all of these things are coming to a head. The financial, the technological evolutions that we're going to see in the next 10 years, which are going to displace millions upon millions of workers. All of these things are going to converge in the 2020s. And we need to start thinking long game as preppers and not succumb to these mobs of people. Don't put yourself in one of these situations. Be the gray man. That's why I'm wearing this hoodie right now. The objective of the gray man is to try to give as little information as possible while trying to get as much information as possible. To be a good gray man sometimes requires you to play a part. Sometimes you have to act. Sometimes to be a good gray man is going to require a bit of deception. And you may have to play a part that you don't necessarily agree with, but you can't let your emotions get to you in the moment because you will be singled out in some way, shape, or form. And I think now more than ever, it's best to just fly under the radar. You know, I wanted to make a video today, which wasn't going to be polemic. It was going to be I thought, very neutral. But I decided against it because I just figured right now the climate, people are way too sensitive, people are way too emotional, people have too many preconceptions about what's going on in the world, that nobody is going to listen to that, and I'm not going to change anybody's mind. And the point of this channel is to hopefully promote some positivity in the world, to get people more prepared, to have some constructive impact on things, and not just, get people all angry at somebody and leave them hanging like a lot of these political pundit channels do. There's so many channels out there. All they do is just talk and talk and talk all day and get people really riled up and revved up, and they give them no practical information, no practical advice on how they can prepare for the inevitable outcomes of this age of consequences that we're living in. So it's important that, yes, we're mindful of what's going on, we're aware of what's going on, but remember that principle. Try to be an information gatherer and try to limit the amount of information you give about yourself. Obviously, I'm being very hypocritical here because here I am, the Canadian prepper, 440,000 subscribers or something like that. And, I long since conceded my identity and some of my privacy to make this channel. And honestly, if I would have not made this channel, my prepping would have been much more advanced than it is now. But this is taking up a lot of my time. So I would say that don't get caught up in that mob mentality. It's not worth it. Don't be somebody's entertainment today and then in days to come. Keep focused on the long game, because I assure you that 2020 was a mere trial run. It was a dress rehearsal for the rest of the 2020s, the real 2020s. And things are going to get much worse, I'm afraid, before they get better. The elites are scrambling right now because they know that there's a convergence of all of these impending disasters coming down the pipeline, and they're trying to get us ready for it. That's what I think. So you need to just focus on your preps, focus on the long game. Don't get caught up in all this bullshit, he said, she said, left, right, whatever. I'm telling you guys, it's all part of the same bird. The left-right paradigm, in a way, is like a crankshaft in a vehicle, where it's a polarization, a reciprocating force that is transferred into a rotational force to move the whole machine forward. It's two wings of the same bird. The best quote I heard was that civilization, only like an airplane, only remains aloft if it's moving forward.